Now, when you're defining an element, there are multiple ways in which you can go and define an element. Okay. There is a payroll tile here. If you have the right roles, then you will get this payroll tab from where you can go and look at all the payroll related activities. Okay, looking at element entries or looking at the calculation entries, cards, payroll relationships, okay, personal payment method, pay slips, everything you can see from here. And if you go to the right at the bottom, you will see different things here, like you can define payment methods and event, payroll flow patterns. This is the processing basically. So you can see all of this over here. All right. Now, if you are defining a new payroll or new element, then you can search for the actions from here also. If it is available based on the roles, you will see it over here. Okay. Here you can see the actions where you can see elements. Okay. If you click, you are taken to the element screen. This is one place. Another place is under my client groups. If you come down, you will see show more. Click on show more and search for elements. You get elements here. Okay. This is one place. Another place that you can go to for looking at elements is all of them take you to the same screen, mind you. Okay. So is you go to setup and maintenance. And you can search for element. Okay. You can pick any one of this. It's the same thing. So you go to elements. You have the elements here. And you can search for existing element or you can create a new one. So let's now first create a new one. Legislative data group. I'm going to use the US one. Primary classification is standard earnings. Secondary classification you may put, you may not put, it's not mandatory. And category is standard. So it's a standard element for which you are entering the value. You're defining the element. Now this date that you see here, by default, it will be today's date. You can change it 1/1. Let's keep everything as 2020. And you can give SP basic salary. Reporting name, what will appear in the different reports, or it sometimes what happens, internal name, people use payroll codes. So 080, 036. So they, whereas reporting name can be something different. You can put the input currency, that is the currency in which you are entering. Output one is always the currency which is linked to your system. Whether person should automatically receive it, no, don't give it automatically. It becomes a big pain later on. What is the earliest entry date? First standard earning date. What is the latest entry date? Let's say last standard process date. If you remember, I told you the difference between the three. All this you can leave as default. This is the recurring, non-recurring. Then whether the element should be processed only once in each payroll period. Usually HRA, basic, those are done only once in each payroll period. Overtime and non-recurring elements might happen more than once. And can a person have more than one entry? Yes, no. Then we say next. What is the calculation rule? It is a flat amount. Okay. The other ones are factor. Factor means so many times percentage of earnings or hours into rate. So when you say flat amount, that is going to be your input value. Default periodicity, maybe you want it as monthly, let's say calendar month. Periodicity conversion rule, these are mandatory. Standard rate annualized. Rest of it, we can leave it as default ones. Say next. And this is all your details here. Okay. And then you click submit. It will take some time. Be patient. Don't think the system is hanging or anything like that. No, it's not. It takes a few minutes. So if you leave it on, it will create the element and open up the element page. If you say OK, it will take you back to the element search screen. So see, now it created, and this is the amount. Okay. In case of US, you will find lot of additional elements, input values get created. Okay. So this is the input value that we talked about. If you click on this, it will get minimized. This is the element eligibility. Okay. When you click on element eligibility, you will be able to create an element eligibility from here, from the actions at the top. For that, if you click on input value, you will be able to create an input value. But we don't need an input value, we need an element eligibility. So we click on element eligibility and then say create. Be mindful of the date that comes up. Okay, see, check the effective start date. If it is different one, then you might face problems. So you say SP all M's. Okay. And then that's it. Leave everything else blank. This eligibility criteria is what you see on your employment screen as well, right? And you will see everything here. You can also link individual input values, and you can also say costing. The right now I'm not going into that. We'll talk about it later. So this is save or you can submit it. And you're done with creating your basic salary element. Next, we will create an HRA element. Again, US standard earnings, standard, continue. And here we have SP HRA. Remember to change the date 1/2020. And should every person automatically know what is the earliest first standard, last standard process date, assignment level, recurring, leave it as recurring, and then we have all this. Then we say next and flat amount. And instead of flat amount, this time it is HRA. So we'll do percentage of earnings. Okay. So naturally, these rules will also change. So just leave it as default, then say next. This is the review option. Then say submit. Be a little patient. Okay. So now we have, now see the input value here is percentage. Okay. For each input value, we had said that this will be minimum 40, maximum 60. So we will do the correction here. And here you have the minimum. So this will be minimum 40, maximum 60. You can also have a lookup type defined and you can assign it here, but that is only if it is a character and all that. And if this entered value is outside the range, then what should it be? Okay. In that case, it should be error. Okay. It can be a warning also. If you want it as warning, in that case, they will just proceed. They will allow you to enter other values also. It depends on the client scenario. What do they want? You can also make it required so that it is mandatory. In case you don't want it to display, you can switch off the display also. Let's make it required. If you don't want them to enter the value, you can disallow user value. Or other thing that we often do is, suppose I don't want this state. It has system created it, so I can delete this. There are so many input values, it often gets very confusing for the users. So we often delete them. If there are any dependencies, then it will not allow you. In that case, what you can do is you can go to correction. If it is displayed is on, you can set it to off. Okay. And element eligibility, click on element eligibility, go to actions, create the element eligibility. You can give it a name, SPHRA all. This name has to be unique. Okay. This name has to be unique. So ensure you enter a unique name. Otherwise, system will give you an error. Later on, we'll see these status processing rule, which is formula. We'll look at that tomorrow. But for now, we'll just ignore this. Okay. So we have created two elements. One is your basic, another is your HRA.